Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grim Reaper Gamers Reapercast. The Grim Reaper Gamers are a 25 and over gaming community with members spanning the globe, playing games across all genres, but with roots in the first-person shooters. Bring your thick skin, your drink of choice, and grab your controllers. GRG members are on nightly with official community nights on Wednesdays. So damn close. Hi, everybody. I'm Johnny Hustler, and I almost made it through the damn intro tonight. Once again, it's the Reapercast, and around me, I've got a handful of people, a few you've seen in the last couple weeks, one returning member, one new guy, somewhat, and of course, our producer, Digital Ciphers, who's probably busy tonight, so we'll just say hi, and if you want to pop in and say how you're doing and what you're drinking, please do.
Nope.
Okay.
Short and to the point.
Actually, I'm playing Ark and drinking sweet tea right now. So.
Oh, nice. Well, at least on the Ark. No booze, though. Damn. That's the first. I am drinking a jalapeno ale from a local brewery. So I think we've had that on the show before. So in my trusty Cubs glass.
Signing off. I'm out.
Don't be hating there, Phillies guy. You've had your run. And piping up to the Phillies fan over there, back for more on this show. Jammer, how the hell are you?
Well, it's kind of funny because I keep telling you no, I'm not doing anymore, and then I keep ending up on here. So whatever kind of roofie you're giving me is working. But just be careful. Make sure there's not any green rocks around you or anything, little tiny pebbles or whatever that might make you sick. You know, since you're wearing, your Superman shirt with the wrong colors on it.
Keep worshiping the guy that could die from the flu. Go with that.
There's no nuclear man running around. That's all I know. So
what are you drinking?
Oh,
it must be something heavy while you're talking right now.
To drink. I got a Sam Adams Cold Snap right now.
I don't think they have that.
Pretty good, actually. Well, yeah, they don't really have much out there, do you? It's another country.
There's got a lot of Sam Adams.
Sam Adams can't get it to international shipping and everything to get it to Nebraska. There's a whole border protection type of thing.
They send it on the boat. Jack will love that in joke.
To Nebraska.
From Boston to Nebraska.
Yes, it needs a boat across the pond.
Customs, several stamps. It looks like Bugs Bunny's suitcase. On the other side of me, back for more. The eye candy of the clan, the community, sorry. Grex, how the hell are you?
I gotta stick to that wording. I just can't get enough. It's the sweet, sexy voice of Johnny Hustler that keeps bringing me back. Doing well.
He's talking about me having a sweet, sexy voice. That's a high praise right there. Down below to the right, I believe, is returning member was on several weeks ago. The man with the toe and other things he keeps starting to show. So we really don't want to see Evolve. How are you and what you drinking?
I'm a biological terrorist, and I'm drinking a tall of Mountain Dew.
I forgot to ask Rex, what's he drinking? What are you drinking, buddy?
I'm drinking regular Sam Adams.
Oh, wow.
He can get it. He's in our country.
Nobody let me in on this that everybody was coordinating their booze.
I don't know I'm sorry, but I don't know how you get Mountain Dew and Sam Adams coordinating, but
well,
that's where you want to go with a little
coordinated.
Doctor's orders not to drink or I could die, so I have don't have a lot of options.
Evolve's got a reason. He's got a medical reason.
What do we always talk about with ratings? Potential death or injury causes ratings.
I could go get my shotgun and Bud Dwyer myself if you think it'll help.
If it bleeds, it leads, right?
All right, down bottom left. New to the show, not necessarily new to podcasts. It's an old podcasting partner of mine in Jammers from way back when, longtime gaming pal, going back to way before the GRG days. Rabmaster Flash, how the hell are you?
I'm very good, sir. Thanks for having me.
Glad you're on. What you drinking?
I am drinking a Fort Collins Brewery chocolate stout.
Yeah, see, he went local too.
I did.
So, or nearby.
Local enough.
Distance. Nice. All right, so this will bring us to the Getting to Know You segment since we do have a new face on the show. That'd be you, Rab. So the first question, Rabmaster Flash. Now I've heard this story before. Where did the tag come from?
So as a little kid, my brothers always called me Rabbit, and that sort of shortened to Rab as I started getting older. And when Xbox Live first came out, I was trying to think of every variation of that I could. I thought of the old DJ rap guy, Grandmaster Flash, and here we are.
Very good. Very good. I wasn't as scared to ask you that one as I was asking Body Farmer. That his text worries the shit out of me. But okay, so you've been gaming for a long damn time. What was the game that started you off?
You mean like of all time?
All time.
It's got to be Pong. I actually still remember the Christmas when we got it. We had that and an Atari 2600, and my brothers took the 2600 over pretty quickly, so I was stuck with Pong.
Pong's a solid choice. You know what's bad? We have members now that ask, "What's Pong?"
Oh my God.
we've some of us have hit that age.
That's why we need to raise the age limit, as I keep suggesting.
Yeah, go make it 45 or higher.
45.
I keep suggesting 50, so that way none of us will be on it anymore.
Yeah.
Let's
If
just
you've
say
never played on a black and white TV, you're not allowed.
A board game.
If you
Except for
never had
Hawk.
to hook your console to the TV with one of those plugs where you had to unscrew the screws and stick the wire in.
Oh God, yes.
You've never used an RF box, you can't be a member.
Or you have to at the
Trade
Atari
it
one
to Channel
after
3.
about a month
Don't
you
forget
had to,
Channel 3.
or where you had to screw with the dang switch because after a month of switching between TV and game, it'd start wearing out already, and then you have to mess with the screws on the TV because those contacts would go to shit. Oh God.
If you've never had a VCR that had dials on it, physical dials, you can't.
We've done vaulted this cast to ancient. Yes.
Evolve, you win the keys to GRG.
Thank you. I'll promptly lose them.
So, Rab, what brought you to GRG?
Well, I knew a few of you from Tool to Play and on our tailgating website as well. So I just had to follow you guys over to what looked like a pretty solid gaming community.
Sucker.
We do cast a good illusion, don't we?
Yes. The grand illusion until you get there. Then just don't look behind the curtain because somebody's naked.
Well, none of us are wearing pants, so we're all halfway there already.
Oh, that's true. That is true. We're just not wearing pants because Grex is on.
Is that why nobody's standing up?
Yes. All right. So, what are you currently playing?
So I've hit that point in the year that I always hit in the spring where I get either bored with what I have or there's just nothing good to play. I was playing the shit out of the Division for a while and it got a little stale for me. So trying to finish some games that I hadn't finished before. Saints Row, now that they made that backward compatible. I never finished the Handsome collection for Borderlands. So been doing that and been playing a little bit of Heroes of the Storm lately as well.
Very good. Very good. All right. I'm scared to throw this out to the general public because I know Jammer's going to jump. Yeah, there he goes. Let's throw this one out to the general populace of the cast. Who wants to grill the Rab Master? Jammer.
Well, there's not many questions I can actually ask him because I've actually gamed with Rab for I think it's about 10 years now. Since Rab and I long ago. No, I think, because I first got an Xbox 360 in 2006, and Rab and I gamed a lot back then in the Chrome Hounds days. But my main question is, you live out in the Mountain Time Zone, correct?
I do.
Okay, so if I'm doing the math right, that's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon last Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah.
Why do people in the Mountain Time Zone and Pacific Time Zone hate the game? They're never on. I never see them.
That's because it's always like work time for you. So by the time we're getting on after dinner, you're already heading to work the next day.
Because
Oh.
midnight for us is 8 p.m. the Thursday afterward for them.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Okay, I'm with it then because I was a little concerned about that because I never see those Mountain or Pacific guys. You know, like Fish. Seattle. I mean, Jesus. I mean, that's like 7,000 hours time difference or whatever. Now, I'm assuming your bar behind you that though the colors are coming off differently to me, they're probably more Bronco oriented colors. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct.
Okay, so it's really an orange and not a red to go with the blue.
It is orange. It matches my Minecraft Elway shirt.
Your Minecraft Elway shirt.
Yeah. It's draft day, baby. I got to represent.
Yeah, and that you're sure representing by being on here with us, derelict.
Hey, it's you can't see it, but I have 2 TVs over there, and one of them has the draft on right now.
I'm glad you give us a priority by letting us be your primary focus here, so we appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Could you just explain your BB-8 microphone, and then I'm done?
I believe we've covered this. It's a snowball, you asshole.
Okay, good to know. All right, John, I'm done.
Very good. Very good. All right. Let's see.
I should have asked. Am I allowed? Should I be cursing? Do I need to watch my mouth because I say the F word a lot, especially when I'm drinking?
No. You don't need to watch your mouth. No.
Okay.
No.
Just watch Grex's mouth like everybody else does.
Yes.
Honestly, I don't see anything else.
We might offend one of our tens of viewers.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. Somebody, I don't know who, but we will. All right, getting to some clan news. Community nights, as usual, Wednesday nights. Refer to the calendar for other night events. We have had some stuff going on. We'll be talking about ARCs, Dodo fights, and Tame Wars a little bit later on. But in Division, we have the incursions going on nightly. Division DZ on PS4 on Fridays. Saturday Night Smite this Saturday on PS4. Not going to be talking about the glory hole as much as Jack would like me to. I don't care about what that's on the agenda, but so a lot of Division going on, some ARCs, some Halo on Monday nights still. Check the calendar on www.grimreapergamers.com for more details. Let's get to news. A little bit of news going on. We got a handful of betas that happened recently, and we're going to start with one. Grex, you probably know this one the best, and that is the Doom beta. We saw you streaming that on day one. What were your thoughts on Doom's multiplayer beta?
Very nostalgic. It was very similar to what Doom used to be back in the day, with just updated graphics and stuff like that. The speed's there, the chaos, and everything like that. But otherwise, lackluster compared to a lot of new FPS titles and things like that. I haven't tried the full release game. I'm still on the fence whether I'm not going to get it. Probably wait for it to get on sale because I do want to go through like the single player mode and things like that. Because I just put so much time into that game when I was in high school and things like that. So and then playing over modem, 56K modem with my friends, So there's still a lot of nostalgia there, and that's really the only thing that's really driving me to the game. Other than that, there was a lot of stuff that they pulled in from other games, customizing your character. The guys look like Halo characters. And then, of course, they have all the taunts and stuff like that from Call of Duty. So, and there's a bunch of stuff they pulled in from other things. So there isn't too much of a draw there. Otherwise, it played fine. But just like, the older style Doom games were and how they were. So pretty basic that way. So fun, but not lasting.
I haven't really heard much in GRG. I think at first when it was announced, it sounded like there was a lot of excitement. Hey, can you keep the keyboard down over there, damn it? I'm talking. All right? All right, Corn Man? Typing away over there. I don't know what there's some corn shipment coming up that you got to get out or something? Is there something going on that's important over my talking?
Gotta lock prices in while they're high.
All right. But it sounded like when it was first coming out, there's a lot of people excited about it. I never really played Doom, so I didn't get that nostalgia excitement. But then I think everybody kind of saw that it was kind of like Greg said, nostalgia, and the interest really seems to have died down on it. Seem accurate to everybody else from the feedback you've gotten?
From what I've heard, that kind of lines up with what I've heard as well. Grex, what about you?
Yeah, same. I just haven't seen anybody that's really interested in playing it. They played, they tried the beta, and then they're like, yeah, whatever. Nothing,
Well,
nothing special.
It really is a company that's made itself on nostalgia. They've been riding the coattails of Doom and Quake for the last 15 years. I mean, they really don't innovate anymore. They just make things prettier, but the gameplay hadn't changed. Look at Rage.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. That is very true. Very good point.
And that's kind of what I was gonna say. Is from what I've seen, I didn't play it, but I watched a lot of video of it just because I was sort of interested. It just doesn't seem like it has its own identity. They took a few things, it seems like, from some other games, and it's really like if you didn't know what you were watching, it would be difficult to figure out whether it was something that was existing already or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So may have a limited reach. I think some people, for the nostalgia factor, will get into it. It is coming out. What's the release date on that? Does anybody remember? Right offhand, that's
It's already out, right? It came out last week, I think.
or Doom itself did.
Yeah, Doom itself.
Oh, okay.
What was the price point? Does anybody know? Was it full price?
Doom releases May the 13th.
Okay,
Oh, May
so we got
13th.
Is it full price retail?
Yeah.
So $60 for basically nostalgia for everybody.
Ooh.
That's going to be a tough bite.
yeah. I'd
Or
say
a
$40.
$120 collector's edition.
Yeah. Now I could see maybe people to love Doom for like 20, 30, 40 maybe.
Yeah. Well, the only thing they are bringing back that Doom always had, which was good, was mods and map maker. Like Forge and Halo. But
Mhm.
so you can do custom maps and you can do mods, and they got to support that on the consoles as well. So that's one thing that was always great with Doom back in the day, was all the crazy mods and maps and stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, whether or not they're going to charge for all that crap, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Give me a hard sell with. I don't know. I'm really mixed on how this is going to do. I mean, nostalgia is one thing, but when nostalgia starts crossing that beyond that $40 price point, doesn't seem to really get a lot of traction these days with gamers. Now, on the other hand, slow season. Maybe some people will be looking for that new thing. Bad enough.
The one thing I found, and Doom might be a different level, especially more the 8-bit type of games, is nostalgia seems to be at first like, oh, I can't wait to do this again. I remember how awesome this game was. And then you play it and you're like, oh, there's a reason why I moved on to something else. Nostalgia only seems to last you a little bit. So to commit $60 to something that, within a week or two, unless you really love Doom, is not really worth that price point.
Yeah, it's definitely a games with gold for me.
Yeah, I see that too. Very much so. On the realm of betas, back to Grex again on this one. Halo Firefight beta. I heard some good things about this.
Yeah, Halo Firefight was fun. We got a good room of GRG in one night. Pretty much filled out a firefight lobby. It seems pretty cool for what they're doing. It was fairly easy to get through all the waves. So what I'm hoping for when they come out with the full release is a lot of like different challenge levels, and then also maybe getting some unique, basically the tasks that you got to do for each wave. The challenges. So upping the difficulty is one thing, because there was really only one type of challenge that was difficult, and that was defending the garage. And they just throw waves and waves of enemies at you, but other than that, it was pretty fun. We had a good time doing it. Just goofing around inside the game too, with a full squad of GRG was good. It was fun.
Yeah, it's one of the few private room games that seems to be getting it right. Maybe the one that's really been getting it right of late. Not limiting, not throwing not throwing other stuff in to try to get you out of social stuff and into general population and stuff. So it'll be good to see that one. We do have a good following though for Halo especially on Monday nights here in GRG. So everybody check that out. Another game that has been that's been gaining some real traction is Ark Survival Evolved. We had a couple of really fun events the past week. The first one was the Tame Wars, where we spent an hour taming a dino and bringing it in. Greasy got that one with a pack of wolves versus everybody else's dinos and stuff. We had a T-Rex, we had a dodo, we had wolves, we had a raptor, a stego, a spino. We had good variety. Threw them in the arena that Farmer had built, and or no, not Farmer. I think Zombie had built that one. And see who won. On the same vein, and Digital, if you want to jump in, let me know. On the same vein, we had dodo fights last night. No, 2 nights ago. Sorry, Tuesday night. Basically, everybody tamed dodos and brought them up. Everybody had a couple. Had some interesting things like people falling into the pit and watching dodos go after them. No, I'm not going to say who, but he's right now talking. And I wasn't the only one. Somebody did it before me. I fell over trying to get mine to turn on aggressive, and I fell into it.
Did you yell, "Oh shit, I fell"?
I think I just yelled, "Oh shit." As I had about 8 or 10 dodos running after me.
Only you. You.
Then we had one escape and try to run out of the volcano area altogether. I'm not sure why that little sucker glitched. But that was kind of funny. And then, as both of them ended with Trank Wars, where we started shooting each other with tranquilizer darts. I don't know why, but we just do that. It was good. It was really a lot of fun. So if you're interested in Ark, it's an early access title. Really pretty interesting. Open world build hunt. We're having a purge event next month again and having a few other events. So check GRG, GrimReaperGamers.com, and check the forums for more information. A little more information on Ark Survival of the Fittest. The offshoot is coming to PS4 first. Jammer, you are either having a seizure or you want to say something.
I've been wanting to say something. Why you hurt me so? Make me do that. I think I just pulled a muscle in my arm when I had to do that.
How are you going to coach?
I literally think I just pulled my shoulder out. I just want to check. Are you still wishing that I was playing Ark? You miss me in there?
Yes, we miss you.
Okay.
We miss Rab too. He won't join up either.
Yeah.
It's not that I won't. I just haven't.
No, he just won't. I just want the audience to know out there that, Johnny has been very upset with me on the side that I have not been playing Ark. And so I'm not just mean to him on here. I'm actually mean to him when he texts me and asks me to play Ark, and then I go play Elder Scrolls or something as well. So I'm going to continue that trend of not playing Ark, because it seems to be the only way that you'll stay in a game and actually play something for a while is if I don't join you. Once I join, then your Xbox is going to stay off indefinitely again. So
Lalo said to cut back on the in-jokes.
My shoulder hurts now, so it was worth it.
And Evolve, should we go to your thoughts on what Evolve or what Ark is?
It's that game with all the dinosaurs where you can shit yourself.
Which is really the appeal.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I know about it.
I'm a little confused by that because eventually you craft yourself pants, but then you don't shit your pants. It still falls on the ground.
Well, you're a caveman, so your pants are open at the bottom. It just shoots right through.
Oh, and then we just decided to eventually seal them up as we got older, and Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, who thought of that dumb idea?
Yeah. Jesus.
God.
That'd be great just to be walking down like the streets of Manhattan. And somebody's got to take a dump, and there's a big hole in the back, and boom.
That's
Big
not
old-
right.
Yeah, and they're all like a little stone.
Yeah.
They
Just
already
little
do that
ball.
now.
Yeah.
No difference.
Yeah. I mean, when do you go on the
Okay.
streets of Manhattan and not see people shitting themselves?
Yeah.
It's like going
Back
to
to
Walmart and not
survival of the
seeing somebody shit
fittest.
themselves.
Back to survival of the fittest. The offshoot that is combat based will be hitting the PlayStation 4 first, which kind of changes things around a little bit because originally in June, PS4 was supposed to get Ark, the game itself, and then Xbox was supposed to get Survival of the Fittest. Now, the explanation is there was rumor going around that it was going to be PS4 exclusive. That is not the case, according to community managers at Wildcard on survivetheark.com. They have said they will be releasing both for both systems. So PS4 gets Survival of the Fittest first, and the reason why came out a little bit later when Ark's actual release got pushed to around the holidays rather than this summer. So the early access game will continue to be early access and beta access until around the holidays. So at that point, PS4 will have the game Ark as well, and Xbox will probably have Survival of the Fittest before then. So
Does it really matter? I mean, it's not like you're basically playing the game you guys kind of want to play. I mean, I know they could add other stuff in.
well, the word is that there's still at least a third of the game yet that they have not added in.
Well, like what? It's Minecraft with dinosaurs running around.
Maybe we get a P2.
We get the yeah, they didn't put in the urine code yet.
Yeah, we can pee on people's boats. But and the thing is, who it does matter to is the PS4 crowd because they aren't getting it until release.
But you just said the full release though is now holiday.
No, the full release is holiday, but PS4 is not getting it early access. They're not getting it until release itself.
So they're now not getting it until how? I don't pay attention to those PlayStation.
No, they're
people,
not. PS4 won't get Ark itself until the holiday unless they decide to
okay.
release an early beta or something like that. But at this point, as of this moment, PS4 won't be getting Ark
Until
the
holiday.
original Ark until the holidays.
Okay, because initially they were supposed to get it in June.
Right.
Well, it sucks for them. What do you care about that?
I care for our PS4 brethren.
I was trying to set you up there, and you passed.
I have a question.
Raise your
Rab.
hand. Did he raise it?
Yeah, I did. I raised my hand.
Okay.
Isn't Jammer the community manager? Or
Sure.
something like that? Then why is he being such a fucking asshole to the PS4 people?
I'm just following the lead of the man that holds the keys to GRG. That's his directive.
I'm just asking.
Actually, I believe Jammer's HR because he keeps on telling us we're either fired or promoted.
Well, I have all your contracts in the filing cabinet. That's true. True fact. And digitals, we've even shown it to him.
All right. Speaking of coming out around the holidays, actually a little bit before the holidays, possibly. A little bit of Call of Duty news. The name may have slipped out thanks to some promotional materials that came out this week. The game name Infinite Warfare has leaked out as a possibility for, and more from the stuff that's gone out, probably a likelihood for the next Call of Duty release by Infinity Ward. Guys, what do we think of the name Infinite Warfare?
Am I supposed to care what the name is?
Yeah, can they just call it the same old thing you played the last 6 years in a row? Just get right
Same-
down to it.
Same shit, different year. I mean, can they go with that? I mean,
It's called Call of Duty SSDY.
I will give them credit, and it's not just with GR. And I know Too Old to Shoot was heavy Call of Duty players. I remember
Very
back.
heavy,
when I was-
and we still have a
Too Old
contingency,
to
but
Shoot.
we've expanded.
Yes. And it's not just them because like IGN and other gaming websites, it's all the time pushing out. What in the blue fuck was that?
Somebody step on the cat?
What the hell was that? Anyway, but the gaming websites keep pushing out these leaks and everything. So it's really big news. And I'm like, okay, it's going to be another game that's not old, that's not slow. It's going to be the same type of twitchy with kill streaks and everything else. It's a title. It's just like, well, Madden 17. Guess what? I know the title for the next Madden game. It's Madden 17. I mean, what's
it'll
that?
end up being
What does it tell you?
it'll end up being Call of Duty. Now you can triple jump.
Yes.
That'll be it.
Hey, wait a minute. Maybe it's the new next gen track and field.
Or Call of Duty, make everybody forget ghosts.
Is it the one with the 2 buttons that you used to have to smash in the arcade machine? You know, back and forth.
Oh God, I love that. I love that
No,
game.
you got to buy the power pad attachment.
It's just me. I know a lot of people do actually care about it, but even on our forums, I'm amazed by it. Just how much discussion there is about, well, this leaked out, and then this, but they're saying this and that, and I'm like, okay, it's a title. I mean, I know everybody. There's they make a ton of money on the Call of Duty franchise, and they'll continue to make a lot of money on the Call of Duty franchise because people are trained to just buy it. But it's almost like talking about NFL draft.
It's not just people will buy it, but another aspect is, let's face it, we have as far as games where you can get a full room of a large number of people in a private match. What do you have now? You have Halo and you have Call of Duty. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So for larger communities like ours, these are the games that support us. And so they still get the press. Now, the other thing is we're pre-E3. Everybody is snapping up every crumb of information they can get. I mean, we had tweets all over the place about the Nintendo NX because a date was given out and nothing else. March 2017, and that was it. And everybody went nuts over that, starting to speculate shit again. So
why they're speculating about Nintendo, different subject, but you got me. But
because Zelda will finally come out. Thank you very much for those of us who bought the Wii U.
Oh,
it's just
so sad for you, sir.
I get it. I mean, all the other games are tailoring to smaller teams, unless like you're an MMO with a guild, but they have small fire. Battlefield is generally a fire team of 4. Division did the same thing. Large scale teams aren't what it used to be, and I get that. So I understand for our community how that's kind of a big deal.
Well, and the other thing is some of these games are trying to actively push away the private aspect, I mean, trying to keep you from getting together with people and trying to shove you into the general populace. Destiny did it at first, relented a little bit. They make it a little tougher to get a group together at times too. So
yeah, well, they say join with your friends, but it's only 3 friends, right?
Yeah.
So you only have 3 friends to join with.
Yeah.
Well, for me, that's a win. 3 friends.
Well, it's hard to get more than 3 people in the room reliably anyway. Sorry, I meant to raise my hand. Sorry.
Raise your hand, damn it. The private aspect, while we still look for that here at GRG, that's few and far between with communities now. I think everybody is so focused on rank and gear and loot that I can see why these game companies don't really function towards those private matches anymore, because I bet you statistic-wise, even though we still look for that we're a small percentage comparatively to the overall numbers that are used in their games and how many times a private match is used.
Yeah, but I think the other thing is, they want to keep capturing the median age of gamers is mid-30s now. The people who really are into the people who are into the don't care, just get together with whoever aspect, whether it's, matchmaking or people they know or 3 or 4 people, I think that really skews a lot younger. So I think you're kind of losing a little bit of the older crowd in that too, because the older crowd's used to bigger rooms, and even in Call of Duty, you can at least take 6 to 8 people out, where you're stuck with 3-person fire teams on a lot of these other games, 3 to 4.
Yeah, but older people goes back to the discussion before where as older people, we have a lot more disposable income. So us dropping $60 on Call of Duty, whether they have private rooms or not, still likely happens with most of us. Are you okay? Something scary over there?
I'm fine. Evolve.
I'm doing my darndest to make sure I don't upset anyone and talk over. Now, what you're saying is kind of my thought. It seems to me that since they know that more people that play games are older now and have quote unquote disposable income, I sure would like to know who disposed of mine. It's almost like they're turning games into MMOs. Even games that aren't technically MMOs, everything seems to be heading that way. You look at Destiny and Division. Even though you're only playing with one or two people, you're still playing in this big joined world. So it's almost like they're not spending the effort to make stuff where you can get a smaller group of people and play with people you know. It's like, okay, get 2 or 3 friends in, and then you're going to play with everyone in the world, because that way we have to keep 1 or 2 servers going instead of 20 or 30.
Very good, Grex.
Yeah. The other comment I have is, what do they define as a gamer, right? So now in this day and age, we have all mobile games. You know, we got all the Farmville, Candy Crush, all that stuff. Now, are all those people considered gamers too? Those considered in the stats? Yeah, probably. All that crap that shows up on Facebook. You know, how many older people are playing those games? I think those numbers are quite large.
They are quite large, but but there's also a large contingent playing in the consoles or on PC. I mean, let's face it.
Yeah.
We in our from the later 30s to mid 40s, and so we're the Atari generation. We were raised on this stuff. We're the first generation that grew up with a console and a joystick in our hands. So
all little boys all the way back to the
somebody
30s had joysticks in their hands.
I knew somebody was going there with that. As soon as I said joystick in their hands, I knew I was getting that.
I can't believe he beat me
That
to
is
it.
timeless, Johnny.
I knew it. I had that little voice in the back of my head saying, "Shut up, shut up, shut up."
Don't use the word joystick.
Don't use the word joystick. Don't say in your hands. Oh my God, you did it. Anyway, so we're the Atari generation. We're the first generation that was raised on this stuff. So, you know, there's more than just Farmville or Candy Crush among those, but that's also a significant portion of gamer. And I've never been one to believe that they're any less of a gamer than I am, or than somebody who plays, 100 hours in the first week, Lance, of a particular game. Little shout out to our PS4 side there. So, you're a gamer, whether what you play, but I think still hardcore gamers, there's still quite a contingency in our generation. But another piece of promotional work also exposed another possibility based on a rumor, and that was the Modern Warfare remaster. Now, whether it's 1 or 2, we're not sure, because the pieces that we saw like on Polygon.com for that information, for that little placard, the reserve card showed Modern Warfare remastered at the top. It cut off a little bit, so we can't tell if it's Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 1. But apparently Infinity Ward is going to be packaging a remaster of one of the Modern Warfares in there. Couple quick questions. First off, campaign only or some multiplayers? Is that coming over too? What do you think? And also, what do you think about the general remaster being packaged in, I don't know if this is packaged in the limited edition or general edition. What do you guys think?
Well,
I raised my hand when he was drinking purposely, so that way he couldn't do anything. Go ahead.
Evolve.
Well, if they go the way that a lot of remasters of series have done, I mean, look at Devil May Cry, where the remaster was all of the 3 main games. Maybe they're going to do like the Modern Warfare trilogy remaster. So it's all 3 of them, and go the Halo route where they bump it up and have, hell, here's a game that has 3 games in it and like 100 remastered multiplayer maps, aka the ones you actually give a shit about. Test the waters, and then maybe later down the line you have Black Ops 1 and 2 and World at War, because those are in the Treyarch games.
By the way, a rumor going around that Black Ops 1 is going to be a backwards compatible title.
Well, that would make sense.
That could be coming out as well. Jammer.
I've put this in the forums as well, and I know everybody wants the old Modern Warfare game, and I know it's been listed as a backwards compatible and all this crap. I cannot figure out for the life of me, business-wise, why they would ever go back to an older popular title that could cannibalize the sales of a newer title. I can't figure it out. I mean, if they package it together and so they get the sale anyway, okay, maybe I can see that. But these rumors with remaster and all this stuff on the old one, they're just hurting themselves in the sales. The sales are going one way or the other, and it's going to hurt the new title because people like us are going to go back to the other one.
Right. And from what it looks like, this looks like it's going to be a package deal. So, remasters packaged with. Now, Rab, do you have a comment other than what Jack told you to tell me in chat?
No, I wasn't going to tell you to shut the fuck up.
Oh, okay.
But shut the fuck up so I can talk. No, I understand what Jammer's saying, but if you think about it, it's pretty genius. Is that some of these people will end up buying the same game twice. Even if it's at a discounted price. I think it's really smart of them. And I don't think it's going to hurt anything for their current games or any future games. I mean, effectively, they're just getting more money out of somebody that already purchased the game, probably already got rid of their disc, and now they're going to go buy it digitally just so they can, relive something from the past.
Yeah, but are they going to buy the new one too?
I would argue yes. I would say anybody that's going to go out of I wouldn't buy any of the backward stuff because, I have a long track record of being terrible at all of them. So I know that I haven't gotten any better at time. I'm sure of that.
I was going to say, you have a track record of rebuying the game, though.
I was waiting. I kind of walked into that.
Now, my thought is, okay, now from what I saw with that placard, you had to buy Infinite Warfare to get the remaster. I don't think the remaster is on like a separate sale. I think this is you buy, my guess would be limited edition.
Or
you buy the
pre-order.
limited edition or pre-order, pre-order bonus or limited edition bonus, you get Modern Warfare Remastered. That was what I gathered from that placard. And you can see that in our forums at forums.grimreapergamers.com.
I don't know. There's going to be people lined up to hand their money over for fucking Modern Warfare 2. I guarantee that.
I think you're right. Now, I think where it's going to hurt is possibly what rooms, what playlists. If there's just a Infinite Warfare only playlist, I think that gets hurt. If Modern Warfare Remastered is multiplayer as well. Evolve, you have a comparison here, kind of.
Well, I was saying it's the kind of the way they did the Halo DST for people that pre-ordered the Master Chief Collection. They got the Halo DST for free, remastered and made to run on the one. I mean, sure, you could go back and buy it later, but the people that pre-ordered it or got a certain edition got the game packed in with it.
Right. They got it as soon as it released.
Like Lala said, and I could see it being packaged with one of those higher dollar limited edition type ones, and so they're getting, they're going to spend, and he is even a price point at $100. I could see, because you're basically buying 60 for the new title and 40 for the old one. I could see that happening.
Right. Or maybe you get it when you buy the season pass.
Could be more incentive there. Get more season pass.
Yeah.
Buyers out of that. So now, along the lines of the remaster, there was an interesting little dialogue going on yesterday on Call of Duty's Twitter handle. Polygon brought us the news, among other outlets, where a Twitter user Angus Vanderslot, I only report it. They on the 5th of December 2014 tweeted out, "If I ever hear the words Call of Duty 4 PS4 remaster, I will literally shit my pants with excitement." Yesterday, the official Call of Duty Twitter handle tweeted back to Mr. Vanderslot with a poop emoji and a pair of pants emoji.
Maybe they were playing Ark.
Maybe they like it as well as I do. I don't know. Confirmation? Possibly?
I think they just I don't know if it's confirmation. I think they like that so many people are talking about it nonstop. So why not fuel it even more? It keeps them in the news.
Yeah. Keeps people bringing it up and thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they're really into fecal porn.
That too. By the way, I have to give props to the author, Michael McWhorter on Polygon, because he followed up that tweet with, while that nugget of info isn't direct confirmation. Well played.
I just thought about this. Is that current news?
Kinda.
The
Well, there
Polygon?
you go.
You get
The
current,
Polygon one?
like, so in Nebraska you actually get like news the same time as like important states do?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
We even You know what's
Important
amazing?
States.
We
Yeah,
have
he brought that out from
internet.
left field and brought it in. He was like, I gotta take this sucker
Oh yeah,
in.
I reeled that one right out.
They all go to a meeting every night with He Who Walks Behind the Rose.
You know what's amazing? The kid on the corner said, "Extra, extra, read all about it." It was amazing.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah.
The
I
little
mean,
town
The
crier. Oh my
Town
God!
crier got up on his box.
do you get like the stone paper like Fred Flintstone did, where they chisel the crap in there? Or?
No, we get it on leather.
Okay. Hey, Grimdog even says telegrams are speedy.
Oh God! even Grimdog gets into the shit.
There are times I do that with Johnny. I just start set. He knows it's coming a lot of times because I'll start peppering questions, feeding him right down my path.
You know. Jack put info about in jokes in here. You know, he doesn't like that shit.
There's no in joke about Nebraska being in secondary state.
Jesus Christ!
Secondary. That's awesome.
I mean,
You're
even
just
passport.
jealous because we have room.
You got plenty of room. You got
You
that.
got nothing
It's
but
'cause there's-
room.
Yeah, there's like 20 of you.
God damn right. I got.
a runza for each of them.
Do you see anybody bugging me? No.
Their clocks, they can't even get their clocks to work in the damn state. That
Uh,
Miller Lite sign's been on the wrong time
That
forever.
one works.
All right, we gotta move on. Jack's gonna freak out. Tomato
I
meter's
know,
high.
I know. All right, so Call of Duty coming out soon. We're going to be hearing, I believe next week was the rumor that info starts actually getting released. That was according to some of these promotional materials that had been leaked, that the info coming out is actually going to be next week, first week in May. Kind of goes along the lines with other Call of Duties. They usually tend early May to start releasing that information. Well, I'm sure we'll have a little more information next show in 2 weeks. So let's get to our last topic of the night, The Division. Ubisoft has threatened to punish players that have been using exploits, the exploits that have been around since about the beginning of the game, the bugs that have been well documented, we've talked about several times. They are now threatening to punish players that use these exploits. Give you a warning first time, start to punish you if you continue to use it. Guys, let's have a talk. Are we against the idea of a publisher or a developer punishing players for bugs within their software? I'm not talking hacks and third-party programs and stuff like that, but with the other news that the Division on PC with the netcode, people are speculating they would have to rebuild that netcode ground up to fix all the exploits and the bugs and the hacks, the holes in the program that people are exploiting and for these god modes and all that stuff. Is it right to punish the players because your developers screwed up? Don't everybody speak at once.
I feel that exploits are okay unless they're being used to make yourself more successful in a multiplayer situation. If there's an exploit that helps you win a multiplayer game, then yes, you should be punished for using it. And it's the same thing. Going way back to PS2 in the first SOCOM. When people started finding out the areas in the maps where you could plant a claymore and use it to blow you outside of the map and then run around beneath people and shoot people through the buildings without being able to get shot yourself.
Wait,
That kind of shit should be punished.
You could blow yourself in that game?
Y'all are young, man. It was very
Oh,
progressive.
that was very good.
There are people who have not left that game yet.
Yeah, there's people keeping the servers open just because of that.
The marriage rate went down with that game.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Do we really think they're banning people, or are they just trying to scare people off for them to stay away from the things that they know are wrong?
to be honest, Ubisoft is so inconsistent with this game. Who knows?
I just think they're just trying to scare people from not doing it. The glitch is there. They know they need to fix it. So let's threaten this so people will be like, well, I don't want to get banned, and then not do it. Right or wrong, I think that's what they're doing.
See, to me, it is just stupid because that would be like me going to my client and saying, hey, I lost your credit card information because I left a big gaping hole in the fucking software. That's going to be another that's going to mean we're going to have to triple your support contract with us because you used our software and we fucked it up.
No, I agree with that. Now, the other side of that, not even on the developer side of it, but there are people, like, remember long ago where you actually could buy, like, a cheat code book?
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like the old Nintendo games or whatever, and, like, you could put in the code or whatever to cheat stuff. And there's people that say, well, why do I want to do that? I want to play the way the game's intended. So people that are that way look at people that use the glitches and are like, well, that's not right. You should play the game as it is intended.
Well, you know what really killed in-game cheats is achievements.
Yeah.
Up through the original Xbox, every game seems like it had cheats built into it, something to play with. But as soon as you got the achievements and the trophies, that made you realize you weren't going to get an achievement if you used cheats. It went out the window.
Yeah, that did do it, especially on the 360, especially, I remember.
Yep.
People wouldn't use cheats because of that.
I mean, I think it comes down to how quickly they identify and attempt to resolve something there. If it's something that they knew about and let it go for a little while and people are using it, that's your fucking problem. You got to fix that. And now if you find out about it pretty quickly and warn people ahead of time, that's one thing. But it just feels like if you knew about it for a little while and knew people were exploiting it, it's kind of stupid to punish them for your mistake.
As long as it's not game breaking, it really shouldn't be that big a deal. Except in, like I said, multiplayer issues.
I agree.
Grex, what do you think about this? I mean, is it hubris? Is it legit? I mean, I see both sides. Evolve, I'm not discounting with my complaint from my side being in tech. I see your side too, where it's wrecking the multiplayer experience, and it is. But Grex, what do you think? Hubris or valid or what?
It's somewhat valid. I mean, because there is an issue with the software itself. I mean, it's a known issue. And speaking from development background, you make issues aware, but you cannot fault the end user for having that issue, right? Or maybe leveraging that issue or falling into that issue, whatever it is, right? So from one side, I say you really can't do that. You can't punish them for using it because technically it's there. And you could say that they're not really using anything outside of what the game can do. Now, if you're using an external software, you're modding, you're digging into the code itself. Yeah, that's bad. Right?
Oh, mods, trainers, and
breaking.
built exploits. Yeah, that's ban the shit out of them. I'm on that bandwagon.
Those are bannable offenses.
Yeah.
But going through a bug and using that to your advantage, that's serious gray area stuff. And I understand, like, terms of service, they could put anything in there and they could say, well, if you're not using the game as intended and as we intended you to use it, when we can ban you. And that's perfectly within their legal right to do that. So, I mean, basically they can ban you for pretty much doing anything that they feel like. But, so yeah, it's really an issue, and it just makes them look bad by coming out and saying that. Though it doesn't provide any good light at all.
No, it doesn't.
To message something like that out.
I'll agree with you on that. Last small question with this one. With that speculation or revelation, whatever you want to call it, kind of somewhere in between maybe, that with how Ubisoft's netcode or Massive's netcode was built, that this would take a redevelop from the ground up. Do we have any hope that this is truly going to get fixed versus stopgaps that could do who knows what to the game?
Not till the sequel comes out.
Very valid.
They're gonna. They make fixes. There'll be other problems. That's the nature of games and coding and everything. That there'll be something else that gets found. I mean, it's always amazing with glitches and everything, and especially even hard to find ones. How I'm always amazed at how people find them, and they find all these little Easter eggs and all these little things that I can't. I don't have the patience or time. I don't know how they do, but even if they fix these problems, other ones will pop up. There's no 100% solution. There's no 100% fix with no problems. It's just not a possibility.
And they will with good code. But when you're talking with what maybe spaghetti code, which is what, kind of a term that floats around once in a while, with code that just kind of winds around and is kind of screwed up, shot to hell, Grex, you know what I'm talking about from the get-go. You've seen it too. Rab, you've seen it, where, some of the stuff it's just shit from the get-go. Then you're guaranteed, patch this leaks. You put your finger in this hole and this leak springs over here and it's all screwed up.
Yeah, but that's kind of become the whole thing. A lot of companies have started leaning on the fact that they have the ability to release patches for console games now to go, well, fuck it, we'll just laze out and put out a shit copy of the game because we can always patch it, on launch day. Look at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5.
Oh God!
No, it is, aside from it being a huge piece of shit, even when you have the whole game, when you put the disc in your system, you have to download a 7.5 gig update. The reason being, the only code that's actually on the disc is a fucking tutorial. You have to download the entire game as an update.
That's crazy.
That's insane. I mean, that is just bullshit.
And Activision literally legally cannot go back and change it because they released the game on the day they lost the license to Tony Hawk. So they can legally not go back and release the full version of the game on physical disc anymore. So if you bought that game, make sure you keep it installed on your hard drive or you're pretty much fucked. Not that you're not fucked by owning that game in the first place.
Yeah, you got bent over on that one. So let's see. Let's ask the newest member of the panel. Rab, you got anything on that? On the any hope?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't know if I have anything to add above what you guys have said already.
That's why I like him.
Yeah. I'm quiet and submissive. That's just how Johnny likes it.
Johnny did promote though the upcoming podcast with him and Grex where they just talk about nerd stuff like code. Is that your new podcast coming up? And he's like, Grex, you know what I'm talking about. While I'm sitting there going, what are you talking about?
Well, I know you do IT as well. I don't know if you're into the coding portion as much as the nuts and bolts and the shit that makes you insane.
I don't want to be.
I don't blame you. As someone in it, I don't blame you at all.
That's why I have a bar behind me.
Yes.
That's why I'm drinking right now. This job makes me drink. All right. So, who knows with Ubisoft? I mean, at this point, they kind of seem to be all over the damn place.
You just did it. You hedged.
What?
You just hedged.
Because I don't know that we can make a prediction. This is the one I don't know that we can really make a prediction. I mean, are they gonna put it? I have to lean with Evolve. It's gonna be Division 2 before we see a real fix to the netcode.
I agree with that.
There, you want me to not hedge? There it is. Sequel will bring the fixes.
That's a new title. We're not the Reapercast anymore. It's the Hedgecast.
Hedgecast.
The Wafflecast.
Yes.
No, I mean, as far as Division 1, who the hell knows? Doubtful. Division 2, we probably see better netcode if it ever gets to that point. My hope, maybe they've learned their lesson and somebody does something right for this Ghost Recon coming out. That's the one I'm nervous about.
Yeah. Well, if those articles have valid bases as to, I didn't really go through the details on a lot of those articles about their broken netcode and stuff like that. But if it goes as deep as what they're alluding to, it would definitely cause a complete rewrite, and then it would never, ever, ever come out as a patch or something like that. It would definitely end up in Division 2, and it would not. I mean, you'd have to end up re-downloading the game and the development costs and all that other.
Yeah, 20
crap that gets
gig
involved.
patch would
Never
be
happened.
what you need to
Never
fix
happened.
that netcode. If that word is true, yeah, you're looking at 20 gigs easily, and that's a whole new game. Practically, that's a mid-tier title.
Yeah, well, basically what they'd have to do is go back to the drawing board, re-architect the whole thing, and yeah, that's not going to happen.
I know we need to finish up, but for those people that are driving, listen to this, the audio version, and they're listening to the coding talk, we are not responsible for any damage done to your car when you doze off.
Now, Didge did put on chat here for the cast here. They already said it would take complete rewrite to get rid of hackers. So hackers are free to do as they please, but exploiters get banned. Makes sense. Gotta agree. So, on that note, we will follow this as it continues on. But that wraps up the news portion, and that gets us to the home stretch on the podcast. So, I want to welcome new members to the clan. We had a handful of new members show up on both the PS4 and the Xbox side. A few longtime members returning. Welcome back. Welcome to the new guys. Check out the forums at grimreapergamers.com, forums.grimreapergamers.com for more information on game nights. Check the events calendar. And just we're going to be having some looking for games threads going forward. So easy to find games in this group. Big community, diverse. We got a lot of people playing a lot of different stuff. We've mentioned probably about a dozen different games easy tonight alone that we're playing. So quick mention, Extra Life is coming November 5th. That also brings me back to one other point on that Call of Duty rumor. The rumor is release is November 4th for that, so that would make sense. They released their last one the night before Extra Life. Probably this one on Friday night as well, and that's okay with me. Wouldn't mind a little bit of a shiny new penny for the 24-hour gaming marathon. Check out the forums again. More information on how you can donate or join the crew. Great cause, Children's Miracle Network. We help our local hospitals. They do a lot of great things for kids. We're trying to help them as well. Next show, May 12th. More information later on as to who the panel shall be. All we really know, they'll give me shit no matter who I bring here.
It's in the contract you signed.
Look at that shit. You're goddamn right.
If I trained them well, yes. It's in their contract, their waiver they signed to be on the podcast. That's part of it.
I can attest to that.
Check out our Facebook page. Give us a like at facebook.com/GrimReaperGamers. That information's in the forums as well. Jammer, I'm going to you for what our Twitter handle is.
Well, also, make sure people can like us on Facebook as well,
I just said that.
Did you? I wasn't listening to you.
I said like our Facebook page.
Did you say something?
I did.
No, I purposely did that. It's Twitter feed is grgamers.com, but spell out the dot, D-O-T, just in case you don't know how to spell dot.
Very good. Jammer and Grex, you've been on a lot lately. I want to thank you guys for being on the show again. Great to have you, no matter how you treat me.
I love
especially you, Jammer.
We're Thunder buddies.
Yeah, it's a tough love with Jammer. I'll tell you that right now. Grex, thank you again. Glad to have you on the show. Evolve, welcome back. Really good to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
Expect more PMs.
Oh, okay.
Don't send me any pictures.
Expect me to lie about having to be at work a lot more often.
Okay. We're good with that. As long as we have an understanding. Rab, welcome to the show. Thank you for being on.
Totally my pleasure. Thank you.
By the way, I want to mention Rab does do a little writing. There's a good NFL preview going on over at his site, tailgate365.com. So wanted to give you some props for your writing over there. I've been reading it. Really enjoy it.
Thank you.
All right. Digital Ciphers, thank you as always for the hard work that you do and the shit that you put up with.
You're welcome.
Jack wants you to end the fucking show.
Hey,
I can do that.
Christ,
See, watch 1, 2, 3.
Oh, God, I did it.
No,
Oh, no,
you're good.
All right. So, for the crew, everybody on here, Johnny Hustler saying good night and good gaming.